Let me ask you a question. Who has more All-NBAs, Iverson or Harden? Who has more All-NBAs, Klay Thompson or Draymond Green? Who has more All-NBAs, Moses Malone or Hakeem? Who has more All-NBAs, Tim Duncan or Kobe? These questions you probably don't know the answers to right off the top of your head. But I guarantee you can say this player is better than that player if I just give you the names. DeMar Curry. Who do you have? Okay, Kyle Lowry and Anthony Mason. Who do you think was better? If you know who these guys are, obviously you don't, doesn't matter. But those are the things that come up. But you're not always thinking All-NBA, are you? You're not. It's okay too. And I'll give you one more. Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook. Whoever you have is whoever you have. But my point is, we're not just judging off of All-NBAs. We're not. Of course, we're going to look at stats. Of course, we're going to look at efficiency. We're going to look at impact. We're going to look at so much more. But I think the 65 game rule will allow us to stop just going to the surface level and going, oh, but did they win a championship? Oh, did they get a scoring title? Oh, did they get an MVP? Did they make an all-star team? Did they make an all-NBA? We can stop doing that, because are you going to compare Reggie Miller to Chris Paul? Who do you think was better? That's my point, man. We don't keep to have these discussions. You have your whatever your thing is, and I have mine. But now we can actually start watching the game and say, clearly Cade was one of the better players that year. He got hurt. We can just say that, guys. It doesn't hurt his legacy if he didn't make All-NBA, because we can look back simply and just go, hey, he got hurt that year, so he was gonna make it. And that's all it is. Because I don't think 15 years from now, just to be honest, could be wrong, but 15 years from now, are we gonna look back in 2026 and go, Cade didn't make an All-NBA that year? So I don't know, man. I mean, is he really better than Wemby? No. Because we can look at Wemby and go, oh, he's clearly a better player. We can do that. I'm not saying just the eye test, but we can go back and look at Wemby play. We're going to have a lot of this footage to do that. If you're a casual, then it doesn't matter. The All-NBAs matter even less to a casual. Okay, and I'm not knocking casual. There's nothing wrong with just watching the game and not getting that deep into it, because it can make you kind of crazy. Because we have to have all these arguments about, well, All-NBA, well, let's see what he did in the playoffs, and what about what happened in the finals? What happened in the season? We have to do all those and get so minute. And it gets annoying, because I just want to talk about players in the game of basketball. I don't always want to have a debate about all these accolades and what they did at this time and who they did it against and what era did they do it against. Did they do it in the dead ball era? Did they do it when defenses sucked? Did they do it back when all they did was do post-ups? That's why they got so many rebounds, because they just stayed under the basket? That's what I'm saying, man. I hate having those. Don't you get tired of hearing these debates all the time? So I think the 65 game rule will allow us to look more deeply into players and be like, oh, okay. Because I don't know a whole lot of people who go back and say, hey, did you know that Allen Iverson did not make an All-NBA team in 2004? I don't hear anybody say that. We don't do that. So I just think that we're not really going to judge Cade if he made an All-NBA team this year, because we know he got hurt. I don't think it's going to affect his legacy. The only thing that's going to get affected are the guys who are going to get affected by that whole NBA contract thing, right? But sometimes the voters can do that. Even the voters, I believe, with Klay Thompson, he didn't make an All-NBA third team, so he got less money. So we're just gonna say, well, we gotta get rid of the voters. No, man, it just is what it is. The CBA, that's what we decided, 65 game rule. Just because one of your favorite players or somebody who's an MVP candidate can no longer be that, it's okay. Everybody says the rule was put in place for Joel and Embiid. I disagree. It was put in place so that people had to reach a certain threshold in order to get these awards. That way the fans can get these players. These players can't just say, I want to sit out a random day. Because if we take away the 65 game rule, I guarantee you we go right back to where it was before, and people are going to complain and be like, what? Giannis isn't playing tonight? No, my God. And if we lower it to 60 games, guess what? There's going to be that one guy that everybody loves. Just pick who it is. SGA to Jokic to Luka to Giannis to LeBron to Steph to whoever. Those guys probably aren't going to make it at the end, but I'm just naming random people. There's going to be somebody who comes along, Cooper Flag, whoever, and they'll be like, he played 59 games. They got to get rid of this effing rule. It's the same thing, dude. We're going to run into that. If it's lower, there's always going to be a threshold and somebody's not going to make it, okay? So I think the game rule should stay. It will allow us to have way better basketball conversations than, he didn't make All-NBA, he's trash. Guys, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Not making an All-NBA team probably doesn't keep you from being top 10. It makes you top 25 now because you had just one less All-NBA. Come on now. Like I said, most of you guys can't name your top 15 players that you have in your head. I guarantee you cannot name how many All-NBAs they have. You can't. And do you care, right? Because we know that there's guys who have more All-NBAs than other players and they're still not better on the list, right? Because this guy had more championships. We know that comes into play when somebody picks this player over this player, right? Some people got Curry in their top 10, but Luka has more first All-NBA teams than Curry does. But does anybody have Luka over Curry? No, because Curry has 4 championships, right? That's always going to boost him a little bit ahead, right? He's been shooting 3-pointers, all this other stuff. They're going to boost him ahead anyway. Why is Curry above Jokic? That's what I'm saying. Guys, it's just more than, and if whoever you have is fine. My point is, bring it down. Let's relax. Enjoy the game. Prayers out to Cade, but you're not the only one who got hurt this year. Sorry to break it to you. Cade is not the only player who's been hurt this year. Curry has been hurt. Durant has been hurt, but he's probably still going to make it. Kawhi just got hurt. How many players do I need to go down the list? Embiid is hurt again. I mean, Paul George got suspended. Can we just keep going down the list, or do we just stop only at the players who are going to possibly get an MVP? That's the only players we can talk about. We can talk about all the other superstars that got hurt. No, but let's just relax, man. I think the 65 game rule is here to stay. It should stay. If it doesn't, whatever. But I like it because it allows us to have better conversations. Could be wrong. Let me know what you think, or don't.